Hello there, lovely listener. This is just a warning to let you know that this episode of Return of the Giants may contain adult language or adult themes. Hello, everybody. Hello there. Welcome back to the Lost Archives. It is wonderful to see your gorgeous faces. We are here. We are playing the premier homebrew D&D adventure, Return of the Giants. Thank you so much for joining us. We are excited to see you all once again. I'm sorry we weren't here last week. I was away in Sydney for a conference, and continuing that trend, I'm up very, very early tomorrow morning, but we're doing a session tonight. God damn it. I refuse to bow down to the pressures of a job. This is more important than anything else on a Thursday or Wednesday afternoon. We need to do this. So, quick, before we jump in, massive thank you to everyone who joined us for Cosmere. I've got some really exciting news. The proofs for the Mistborn modules, I don't know if you've seen them, but they were chucked out. I think it was late last night, early this morning. The books look so good. I am so hyped for Mistborn, and I think we're going to get them in the next couple of months, which is nuts. So we're going to have to try and figure out a way that we can do a bit of a Mistborn short adventure. And what I thought I might do, if you guys are cool with it, I was thinking what we could do is, as we reach the kind of midpoint of Return of the Giants, how would you feel about taking a 6-week or 4-week pause to do a Mistborn short adventure, playing around with the Cosmere stuff? Because all of you have now read Mistborn.
Last week, I've actually already made my character. Hey. I know they haven't released the book yet, but I was like, I'm so fucking keen.
Yeah, I've got two little stories and adventures I've been working on that could be expanded into much longer campaigns. One set during the Final Empire series, and one set during the Wax and Wane series. So I don't know. We'll see which one we feel like playing, I guess. But I've seen that there's apparently rules for playing as a Kandra, which is absolutely insane. Oh. Yep. I saw some stuff about.
That's cool.
Yep. Okay. So, yep. So we'll have to see what that all looks like later on. He's really going for it. I think the plan is that eventually you can basically play in any Cosmere setting with any character from any Cosmere setting and just be a world hopper. So I've seen some little stuff about all the way that it intermingles. I'm very, very excited. That'd be so cool. And because hemalurgy has some real implications for the wider Cosmere stuff. The being able to steal abilities using the metal spikes, because it doesn't just apply to Mistborn abilities, it's every ability. You can use them to do really crazy stuff. So yeah, we'll have to see. I'm really stoked. That'll be really, really fun. That was pretty much the only fun announcement I had to share. Just really excited for more Cosmere stuff. We're eating well tonight, I think was the thing we said before as Cosmere fans. We've always got full bellies, but tonight it's a proper feast. Now, I've got a recap. We're going to dive into the session. We have 2 apologies for tonight. Brandon and Jared are unable to join us. Jared, because he is out dealing with the Victorian fires, making sure that we don't have severe burning events in future. He's out doing some stuff as part of his job. Absolute hero. Brandon, because he's a weak little baby man lying on a bed about 2 meters away from Ali. And he's just pointing to him in the distance. he's feeling poorly. So he's not joining us tonight. Is there any input from Brandon? Is he? What's his thoughts?
Yeah, no, he's completely ignoring us.
Classic. We know he's listening to the Twitch stream. All right, let us do our recap. Let us dive into the session. The Tempest Adventuring Guild, a name now legendary across the lands of Nostea, is taking on the threat posed by the return of the Giants. Having headed to the frozen lands of Northgard, the team are on the trail of the Frost Giants, seemingly linked to a sudden and drastic change in the climate. Now immersed in a giant dream, this one depicting the journey of the Icebreaker longship, the team are trying to understand the events that led to its eventual destruction. And this time they are not alone. The Frost Giant Svindale brought into the dream with them, and now reluctantly recognizing these small folk as maybe something more. In this dream, the team have observed the Frost Giant leader, Jarl Ulfric, escort the ambassadors from the other clans across the waves to the Elderson Fjord, ancestral home of the Frost Giants. With the knowledge the ship would never arrive at its destination, the team decided to split up and try and figure out what caused the disaster. Cassius, Harry, Niles and Bart focused on drawing attention of the crew and looking for any behaviour that seemed out of the ordinary. 2 main suspects came to their attention, a younger female frost giant whose form seemed illusionary, and a frost giant ship hand acting oddly around a chain winch at the aft of the ship. Harry decided to solve this issue by casting command on both of them, ordering them to stop what they were doing. In an instant, the illusion dropped from the female frost giant, revealing her as far older than she first appeared. As Ulfric shouted, "What happened to Zavala?" the energy of the sails suddenly vanished, the ship at the mercy of the wind and waves. In the resulting chaos, Lyra apprehended the younger frost giant, attempting to make a run to the prow of the ship, while the others tried to restart the magic, realizing their mistake. While the rest of the team began to interrogate the younger ship hand frost giant, learning he was a member of a rogue frost giant clan refusing to recognize Ulfric's authority, Lyra found herself face to face with a familiar figure. Lurasis, the cloud giant who kidnapped Harry and was revealed to be the sister of her giant Echo. Suspecting she might play a role in the sinking of the ship, Lyra brought her over to the Zone of Truth, currently active to assist with questioning the ship hand. After some back and forth, it was revealed that Lurasis may have played a role in assisting the younger frost giant slow the ship. Under pressure from the team and from the Zone of Truth, the young frost giant broke and began to reveal that he had been hearing a voice before his neck suddenly snapped, his body dropping limp to the deck of the ship. We left off last session as the body suddenly began to twitch, rising up, and a familiar voice coming from its mouth.
Well, I do appreciate your efforts to save this one's life, but he was already mine.
And that is where we left off last session. We jump straight back in. All of you are now crowded around the no longer lifeless body of the frost giant ship hand. He is now standing. His eyes, this icy blue, far more luminescent than they were a moment before his death. Around him, patterns of frost begin to grow up across his clothing, forming these spiral-like shapes with no real repeating patterns, this like fractal frost growing across his clothing and across his skin. The ship is underway once more. The sails, this aurora of light, propelling the ship forwards. But the weather seems to be turning darker. Clouds pulling around the ship, the waves far larger than they were a moment ago. Jarl Ulfric stands before you, shocked in abject horror as he watches one of his sailors, even one belonging to a rival clan, having died in front of him while trying to find out information. Lyra, to your left, Lurasis, your Echo's sister, is just as surprised by this turn of events. That is where we left off. As the frost giant turns and looks over each of you, you watch as his face breaks into this almost snake-like smile, the lips parting back, revealing white teeth underneath.
Well, you're all so quiet, and you've just witnessed the miracle of resurrection. Surely this is enough to impress. No?
Like the opposite of resurrection, because he like died.
Yes, quite. This meat puppet that I am wearing right now, I must say, this form feels strong. I might keep it for a while at least.
What's going on in this instance? Like, are the other giants like horrified, or what? Like, has the simulation stopped? Like, what is going on at the moment?
It seems like the simulation is continuing. Ulfric is standing there, his mouth kind of half agape. The events having even overwhelmed his experience in battle, shall we say, like his battle readiness. Lurasis next to you, Lyra, because you rolled a natural 20 on your insight check last time, I'm going to keep that going actually just for this bit, because it was specifically to watch her behavior during this interrogation. I'm not going to have you roll a new check just because of this. She recognizes that voice, but she still seems very shocked by this turn of events.
Well, can I, it's nice to meet you. Can I ask what your intentions are of being here? I mean, you surely have a reason.
Before he answers as well, has he made a saving throw against Zone of Truth?
I will roll for that, thank you. What's the DC?
13.
I'm glad you remember.
Harry, he has passed his save. He is not affected by the Zone of Truth.
Damn.
Sorry.
Okay.
You watch as the figure smiles, looking over towards Lyra.
My intentions. One of you called out for me, did you not?
Yeah, can I just sort of look around at everyone else and just sort of be like, we did? Like, sort of see if we can figure out who called for him, maybe?
Bart
Like-
screamed his name.
Bart screamed Mephistopheles at the top of his lungs before the figure.
So, I think everyone knows who said it.
Is his voice like the same as Vice's?
It sounds very similar to Vice's. It's got a harsher edge to it, more gravelly, less refined. But it sounds remarkably like Vice's.
How is it that you are appearing to us in this instance, creature?
Of course. You would not have seen this magic before. Giants. You think you know how the weave works? Your runes are quaint compared to the magic we have been developing. There is a lot that we can do.
I'm going to mental link to just the party one by one. Okay, this is like Meloran then. I saw her briefly. This thing seems to belong to this era.
That's what I assume now too.
That does make sense because it didn't trigger the whole does not compute dream thing like last time.
We still need to learn what we can before this ends.
His intentions.
And whatever your sister is holding.
Well, I think Harry has that.
You think you can hear us in this mental link?
We'll find out.
Harry, I mean more than just having possession of it. Once we're out of the dream, that's not going to matter. We need to learn about it. Get away from this conversation, down on the deck, and study it.
As you're having this mental conversation, you watch as the figure looks back and forth between each of you.
Fuck.
Is he looking at the person who's currently talking in the mental link, or is he just sort of
Sometimes.
generally panicking?
Sometimes panning. It's hard to say.
Mephistopheles is such a weak little bitch.
You watch as his smile grows as you think that, Bart.
Oh,
Okay.
shit. Okay.
All right, we may as well switch to out loud then.
Yes,
Well
you
then.
may as well.
So then, what was it? You made a deal with the Bloodrin clan to what? To promise them power in return for sabotaging this ship? Is it? Or is there something else at play here?
Ah, my plans have been discovered. Whatever shall I do? I guess I better tell you everything I have planned in great detail, so that you may understand the cause and effect of every...
And he snaps his fingers and the sails immediately go out as all of the magic of the runes disappears.
Oh, fuck!
And then he looks at his fingers and
Only
goes,
down for a good monologue.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was there more you wanted to know, or am I a little bitch?
Well, it's quite interesting.
You haven't said
Look.
how you know my name yet. That is far more interesting to me than any of this petty drama with the giants. Where did you hear my name?
A deal.
Oh.
I love deals. Please,
Sure does.
what do you have to offer me?
Fuck.
The answer to your question in return for the answer for ours.
An answer for an answer. In all fairness, we should hear both questions in advance, should we not?
Mentally, I know he can hear us, but just so the giants can't. We want to know. Obviously, we know that he is the result of the ship What would it be like?
Overall intentions?
Why
And plans?
sabotage the frost giants? What benefit is that in the scheme of things? But maybe there's more we can glean here.
Probably something small, something quite specific. I mean, no.
A wave rocks the ship, and you watch as everyone stumbles. He stays completely still. You watch as he turns his head and looks over the side.
Oh my. It seems the inclement weather is approaching. You may not have long. Tick-tock.
The detailed purpose of why they're interested in giant technology. If he's willing to give it up, that feels pretty important to our scenario.
That is your question.
If everyone, I guess, gives faint nods.
Yeah.
If you're willing to give an answer that is not vague, we do not need riddles or rhymes. The reason and reasoning for your interest in giant technology. And what would your question be? What you said before? How we know your name?
How do you know my name? Yes, I think that is more than fair. Shake on it.
As he holds out a hand towards you, Bart.
I'll wait for the
Can-
parties.
Can we take a second? Can Harry just go inside and do the calculations on whether this could impact the outside world now that the archivist is gone and all the things have changed?
Are we about to butterfly effect ourselves if we kind of out
yeah.
ourselves?
It
as
would
being
make
the
sense
future?
for Figment to do this because we're under the impression that these memories are being generated by Figment now that the archivist is gone.
Well, I mean, the archivist never generated them. They only maintained and held order in them. But
Yeah, sure.
When you get to
But
entities
yeah.
this strong, though, time isn't really something that affects them sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, but Figment is the only one left that has any sort of not necessarily control, but is
Remote.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But and also the rules of if you make a deal with a shadow of a Mephistopheles, does that carry over to the full?
Harry wants to know if that which holds the image of an angel is itself an angel, is the question. Harry,
Demon.
do you want to make for me I'm going to say this falls under more of an arcana or a history check. Religion would also fit here as well. This is kind of very much religious understanding when it comes to devils and demons.
I feel like Grim would assist in this.
Grim,
I'm going to speak for Brandon on this one.
Grim probably would assist with this. If Harry shares that's his thinking, Grim can give you advantage on this.
That's good because that was a
10? 10's all right. 19's better. 19's better.
That's not
Harry, as you take this sort of moment, while the others are sort of having this telepathic conversation, you really pause and have a think here. What are the implications of this? What are the consequences here? There's a couple of different scenarios. One is this is all just a memory that you are observing and interacting with. If that is true, then there are no consequences. But if that's true, how could he read your minds? If this is just a memory and he is playing back a script or a part or reacting to things that are said and done, that is a very concerning detail that he can read minds. It could still be explained by all of this being a memory.
If he had a skill, if it was a skill he had at the time.
Yeah. But the question is, how would that be known that he could do that to then be simulated in the memories?
He also has a hand strike. I mean,
Possibly.
he's
Yeah.
probably right.
With your 19, you're not entirely convinced that there is not more to this, and that is absolutely backed up when you try and check in with Figment. As soon as you do, you watch as the devil, the possessed giant, immediately turns towards you and shakes his head, smiling. There is no response from Figment in this moment.
Oh, shit.
It's a tiny little shake of the head as he looks towards you, gives you a little smirk and goes,
But I mean, I don't think we should be doing this.
Besides, I think we've already played our hand.
So we leave from this having learned what? The ship sunk, we knew that. The Jarl died, we knew that. That it wasn't the giants, we suspected that.
That it's.
Means that the dream was pointless.
Well, I mean,
What-
I'd say we
what
learned
is
quite a lot.
What does the devil react when he said when
Things
Bart says
already-
that?
Just
'Cause
smiles.
We haven't spoken in the past tense yet. Okay.
We already
Just
mentioned
smiles.
multiple times before the dreams. Like, we've already half given him answers. We may as well get something ourselves.
Well, I mean,
He can
Yeah,
take
then-
stabs and guesses at what we've been talking about. We have no idea what to stab and guess about with him.
and yeah, I guess.
You're just always so ready to make deals with them.
This is,
The
Well, in
same
this
one too,
situation-
with him, specifically with him.
In this situation, I feel like it's most justified.
I think if this is the course of action you wish to take, and like the voice will change back to Niles, maybe you should let Niles handle this one. You have far greater things to accomplish. I do not want this burden on your shoulders.
Well, it's not a burden. This isn't a soul trade or something such as that. This is just information.
I know,
an
but I just
answer
like the.
for an answer.
I just like the.
But he really wants to know, so it must be important.
I dislike the intent of this being holding something over you. No matter how small this deal may be, it is still something that we have to deal with. That you have to deal with.
He, in this time, doesn't realize how important the information he is giving up is either.
he can still hear us.
He always just...
He can still hear us.
This is the real him.
we assume that he has the advantage, and we're too scared to do anything otherwise.
Yeah, let's just do it. Let's just see what happens. You know?
If that's
That's
what
what I
you
think they can
believe in, then we shall do.
You don't win a game of chess by not making moves.
Quite. You only live with the regrets of what might have been. Do we
I'm
have
not
a
going to do
deal?
it unless you all agree. But
I care not whose hand I shake. I just want to know that we've made a compact here, an agreement. That is all. An answer for an answer.
I look around again. What are the giants doing? Are they worried about the sails going out? Like, what's going on?
There is panic on the deck of the ship. The giants are desperately trying to essentially bail water that is now pouring over the side of the ship as another wave strikes into the front. It's all hands on deck. As soon as this has started happening, Ulfric has had to abandon whatever's going on here. He's run to, I meant to describe this, but you were so in the moment. He's had to run to the back of the ship, grab the wheel, and begin turning into the waves to try and stop the boat being tipped over as he calls out directions.
What about
Larassus?
Larassus, what's she doing?
She's standing there very, very pale, and you watch as she's patting her pockets, trying to find something.
Oh, the coin. Oh.
A hand on her shoulder, just like, not as if like trying to get her attention, just like a comforting kind of gesture of,
As you place a hand on her shoulder, she looks towards you. I don't understand what's going on here. This is, what is this?
from my previous insight, she's still telling the truth, right? She doesn't actually understand what's going on here.
She doesn't understand exactly what's happening here. She's never seen this power before. She recognizes the voice, but that's about it.
we don't have long. I've made my point, but if we don't want to do it, I'm not going to force anything upon this party.
Go for it.
I just feel like
I can shake the
he's
hand
got
if you want.
information and we have nothing.
I will shake.
Yeah.
Niles, as you reach out, he grasps your hand firmly. It's a warm touch. Despite the frost giant body, you feel a momentary warmth as you shake the hand. You watch as he nods. Compact is reached.
I am happy to answer your question first as a sign of good faith and my commitment to good business. You wanted to know our interest in giant tech, my interest in giant technology. It is a means to an end. Giant technology is a fascinating blend of science and magic, while we, my devilish compatriots and I, daemons you called us, I like this word. Too close to demons, though, for my liking. While we have mastered many of the arcane arts, unfortunately our blood war with the demons keeps us occupied. Our advancements have slowed, and while we are masters of all things magic, science and technology, that is something we could use for greater gains. So that is my interest. These people here, these giants on this world, they are unburdened. They are free to pursue these delights. I merely wish to take my share of the harvest when it comes mature.
I'm going to insight check all of that.
Yeah. Probably fair.
1000%.
Probably fair.
Yeah.
To be fair, you never made a deal for a true answer. Just an answer.
That's right.
Ali's like, fucking Owen, fucking devils. You gotta remember, you gotta put your hat on if you're dealing with genies and shit here. It's gonna be probably 26 on the insight. Good lord.
Oh, sorry.
Back to back 26s as well.
I don't know why it rolled twice.
You rolled two 19s. We'll take the 26 because that's what you rolled.
Yeah.
Niles, despite the fact that you made no bargain for a true answer, he has given one. This form he's wearing isn't his own. The body language is a bit different, but you don't get the sense he's lying. You get the sense he's telling the truth. What he has just said is all correct. Obviously, there's more to it, though. He's not telling you everything. And he has just given the most surface level answer. He hasn't tried to go for an emotional play. You know that devils and demons are locked in the blood war. In this timeline, in this moment, really, he could pitch the whole we're refugees fighting for our lives against this chaotic onslaught of demons. Like, we need this to survive. He hasn't done that, which is really interesting.
Yeah.
Because that's the obvious play, is to just go for sympathy. Unless, of course, he knows that you wouldn't fall for that because you already know.
Bart's going to turn to the sister.
Larasis.
Would you mind telling him how we know his name?
She looks at you, confused.
The deal didn't say who had to answer. Could you please, to your best estimate, give a response?
She looks confused. I didn't know. I didn't know his name. I've never heard that name before.
No, how we knew it. Just take a stab.
I don't know how you know it. I have no idea.
Pretty shitty answer, but I guess it's still one.
You watch as he smiles and goes,
So you have dealt with my kind before. Fascinating. This isn't real, is it? Not really. Because
Why do you say that?
she is not really real. Because if I do this,
and he clicks his fingers again, and you watch as one of the giants near you explodes. Literally explodes. A full giant bursts into a bag of blood and viscera. And as it does so, the entire world glitches for a few seconds, and then you watch as the giant is there again on the deck of the ship, rushing around, no longer exploded for a second as it's rewound, and you watch as his smile broadens.
So I can manipulate some things, but I can't take it too far. But you're real. And you're real.
It's interesting
Yeah.
how you have so much
You're real.
sway on the material plane.
Why is that surprising to you? Do I not later or earlier? No, I think I would remember you. Later then.
As he's trying to deduce things, I'll connect with Harry and be walking over to him. We still need to learn what we can. Have you laid your eyes upon what was in the sister's possession?
Not yet. I haven't had a chance.
Okay, I don't know if we have much more time.
Harry, you want me to take it out in front of everyone?
You can run off if you want to. Head below deck. We're not too far. But right now, we just know she has something on her. Nothing more than that. We don't know what it looks like.
Is there somewhere I can stand that's not in her line of sight, but still up here?
The ship is a
without,
chaotic
running up and
mess.
being alone. Yeah.
Yeah, you try and get behind some of the others. I mean, yeah, you could try and get behind one of the others so that you're kind of out of sight. When the giant exploded, Larassus has gone back to patting her pockets urgently, and Lyra, you hear her mutter, "Where is it? Where is it? No, I wouldn't have dropped it." As she's desperately searching for whatever it is that Harry has taken from her pocket.
Yeah, Harry's not going to do it in line of sight with her. He'll just casually walk on the other side of the group and show Bart, pull it out of the bucket there.
What do we see?
As you pull out the token, you can see it is made of metal, dark and rusted. The surface marred by some sort of reddish corruption. On the center is a face, not a humanoid face, but of a creature. Hooked beak, eyes wide, mouth agape. You realize this looks very similar to an Aarakocra.
What?
And as you flip it over, there is writing in Infernal all around the back. Does anyone speak Infernal?
No. I don't
Sorry.
think any of us do from memory.
I didn't tell you this would be involving devils, did I?
There's,
Wait. Should we check our giant languages, everyone? I speak Celestial in my giant form.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I can do that.
does Grim?
Grim, I
Right.
don't think does speak Infernal. I'll double check, but from memory.
What's the point of him?
He's not even
To
here!
have the flu.
Yeah, to have the flu. I'll have a look.
And
I'll have a
if
look.
not Grim, does Grim
Is that
have
better?
comprehend language?
Cassius does not. Grim does not. Grim has sign language, though.
Oh, that's good.
Cool.
It's funny, on our Tuesday sessions, we've got three characters who've got common sign language. Like, if you think about it, it is a very handy thing to have so that you can talk non-verbally.
Lyra has comprehend language.
Hey, good, because Grim does not. Grim does
Oh.
not have comprehend language.
Yeah, I think I'll cast comprehend language if it, seems relevant or whatever. I
Can
guess.
someone keep an eye on Vice? Harry will keep an eye on.
Yeah, I think.
Do you
Niles will
say
look
that?
at
Keep
it.
an eye on Vice in your mind?
No. Harry
Okay.
Harry will keep an eye on him. Yep.
But do you say keep an eye on Vice or keep an eye
No.
on?
I didn't say anything. I just
That's
keep
what
an
I
eye
was
on manifest
okay.
things, not the word Vice at all.
Okay.
You watch as the
Never
figure
said the word Vice.
seems to be still experimenting. You watch as he kind of flexes his hand and then reaches up and begins peeling the skin off the frost giant's hand. And as he does so, as it begins to fall away, underneath is not flesh. It is skin, dark bluish purple. As he begins to peel it off, slowly reaching up. You watch as he reaches up, pulls back his hair, and two horns pull back away as he pulls the frost giant's skin off of himself, as if he was hiding inside of it, like some sort of flesh suit as he peels it off. And before you, unmistakably, is Vice, dressed in a very sharp, dapper suit, long coattails behind him, intricate patterns of silver embroidered to look like frost itself across this very dark, almost like a wintry grey suit. As he slowly peels it off,
Much better. So,
Why even wear his suit in the first place? You could have just turned up like this.
So
no,
it's theatrical,
I
dude.
couldn't have if I was really here. Interesting.
What does
As
the coin
you-
say, as Lyra?
as you look at the coin, Lyra, as you move away to go and have a look at this cast comprehend languages, Larassus, she is going to watch where you go and kind of follow you. as you sort of come around and look at the coin, you read exactly what it says. You think it might be a name, Lyra. As you read around on the back, it reads very, very old, a very, very old version of Infernal, but essentially translates to the soul and life of. And then as you flip it back over the other side, written in Infernal around the outside is the name of the Aarakocra, who you think this might belong to. Extras Galewind. I'll type it in chat.
Is it
Extras Galewind. I'll type it in chat.
Extra scale wind?
Extras Galewind.
What the fuck?
and it sort of seems to be like a primitive soul coin kind of thing.
Yeah, this is an old soul coin, a primitive soul coin.
And I'm going to mention that to Niles, and can me and Niles I'm going to ask him, do you remember that from the text that we read with Albus at all?
Oh, shit.
And can we make a history check?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
While that's happening, Larasis, sort of following you, Lyra, wanting to stick close to you, her big sister, you watch as she spies the coin. Her eyes go wide, and she goes, no, that's mine. We cannot be separated from this. Please give it back. I can get us out of this. We can be safe.
We've got all the information that we want from that coin, right? I give it back to her. Like, all right, you can get us out of this?
She grasps it very, very tightly to her chest, looks towards you, Lyra, places a hand on your shoulder, and speaks. Esu avis imvon. And all of you watch as Lyra and Larasis vanish, teleported immediately.
What?
Why would you trust it?
Unfortunately, my notes prior session, we've done so many fucking sessions. My notes prior, like session 60, deleted themselves, and I've got everything from then, which is around about the time that we came out of the Underdark, which is really fucking frustrating.
Yeah.
Could I get advantage on the roll, or could you just tell me if I'm right? If I remember correctly, I asked one particular thing back then. I asked who was the first entry in the book, and you
did write that.
You gave me a name, and I wrote it down.
The name wasn't Extra Scalewind.
Okay, that's fine.
It wasn't the first entry. However, 9 on the history check, but you don't recognize this name. 13 on the history check, Niles. The first name, no. The last name, Galewind. Oh, yeah. The Galewinds, when you were reading that history, were one of the ruling class of Aarakocra.
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck.
Before the Owlin conquered them.
Okay. This is like a big deal. This is
long in the past. He's had this coin, Larasis has had this coin for a while, probably even longer.
By this point, the Aarakocra hadn't actually arrived on Nostea yet.
No. That's much, much later. So at this point,
this is all operating on the pretense that he's been to the elemental plane of air.
Yep.
And got a soul coin from someone there. That's kind of nuts.
Yep. I mean, is it that hard to imagine if the Aarakocra were slowly being conquered by the Owlin, and one of them was desperate enough to try and make a bargain for power?
Well, it's almost like history repeats itself, Owen.
Almost like history repeats itself. It's a never-ending wheel, and we're all hamsters trapped on it.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You watch
I
as
relay that back to
Vice. You watch as Vice smiles as Larasis grabs the coin, and as she and Lyra vanish, his smile grows even broader.
Fuck. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense too, because the cloud giants would be from the elemental planet air as well. They would be. Well,
the cloud giants on Nostea are all giants are they're from Nostea originally. So the way we kind of like constructed the mythology is that giants across the multiverse were all originated on Nostea. Nostea was originally the home world of the giants. Is kind of how I've constructed it. So, but the cloud giants who went to the plane of air were probably from Nostea first.
But they did go to the planet air, right?
Oh yeah. You guys do know that now at this point. You watch as Vice Mephistopheles smiles, another wave bearing down on the ship, enormous, and as it gets right up over the top, he looks up and goes, "No, I'm not done playing yet." With that, clicks his fingers, and the entire ocean in a vast arc around the ship freezes instantly as a blast of frost emanates from him. On the deck of the ship, you watch as all of the frost giants, except for you, are encased in a thick layer of ice, frozen in the spot as in an instant the entire ship snap freezes, half lifted up out of the water by this wave that was about to crash onto it. You watch as he looks over at the remaining lot of you and smiles.
Harry?
What happened to the other frost giant that came with us?
He wasn't with you guys for the interrogation. You told him to have a bit of a look around and keep an eye on the mast. He's real.
Okay.
And he wouldn't be frozen as well. You watch as the only frost giant who's not frozen sort of looks around at the ship in horror and then begins to walk over towards you guys.
What is this? What is happening? Who is this?
As he looks towards Mephistopheles.
There's been some complications, I believe.
This is the reason that your Jarl died.
No, I'm not. You'd have to look at the frost giants to understand why Jarl Ulfric had to die. I'm a tool to be used. I give gifts and assistance where required. My designs required no deaths from the frost giants, no sacrifice.
He says what you want to hear.
Of course. Doesn't mean it's not the truth, though.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes.
A tool can be very easily used to create problems.
Of course. Now, you still owe me an answer. I think you'll find that contract you made doesn't include non-entities as an answer. Come now.
Well, look at the frost giant who's real. Perhaps we should ask our friend here.
No.
How we knew that
No
name.
more tricks, no more games. You can't possibly outplay me. Give me my answer, please.
I did have a backup just in case. I guess the situation occurred, which is lovely. So it's nice and simple, not complicated at all. I'm sure that even you can comprehend this. You told us your name.
Fascinating. You're still in the zone of truth, Bart?
Yes, but I'm pretty sure I'm the
He
one that
passed.
cast
Yeah,
it.
he passed. Yeah.
Yeah, but you both passed.
You watch as he smiles.
Fascinating. Now, why would I do that? Very well. Truth or lie, I still get what I wanted from this. I told you the name Mephistopheles. Very well. I tire of this playpen. I find it constrictive. You tire too, surely. Shall I let you go? Shall I leave you here? Your normal method of exit is, well, unavailable for the time being. Your egress blocked for the time being.
Bart doesn't like this guy feeling like he's in control. Even if he is, he's going to reach out to Niles. Can we try? I don't like him having all the pieces. End the dream, and I'll reach my stone hand out to his.
To my hand.
Yeah, if he's going to end it, sure, who cares? But a little bit of experimenting and testing for us, and a middle finger to him if we end it rather than him ending it.
Niles/Sindaris does that. I guess we can try. I've never ended a dream like this before.
Usually we wait for it to come to its finish, but Figment's not here, and Mephistopheles is just turning into a prick.
True.
You watch as he smiles a little bit more as you say that, Bart.
Oh, I'm definitely remembering you.
Yeah, can we we try to use the stones to? From what we've been told, they just listen to our wants and thoughts. If we want to speak to someone, and I'll just tell Niles that think of the same thing as me. We want to be back.
Yeah, I'd do that. I sort of like.
There's no place like home.
There's no place like home. As soon as your hands clasp the stones touching, your minds are filled with screams. The screams of your frost giant echoes in pain, in agony. You feel through the connection intense, unyielding, unending pain, physical, emotional, and something far worse as they are torn apart. In that instant, as you pull your hands apart, something is terribly, terribly wrong.
Wait, so we're not going back yet?
The dream does not end. You are still here.
And the frost giants, are we hearing the echoes from the frozen frost giants?
No,
In
from
your heartstones. So your echoes, yeah.
Are freaking out. Oh god. Fuck.
Do we have a lot of other choice than that?
Not really, no.
Maybe.
But come now, you came for answers, and you've asked, I would not say politely, demanded, most certainly. I think we should give you your answers. You wanted to know how this ship sank. Why Jarl Ulfric had to die.
Oh, so you know that then?
Of course. I helped make sure it happened. Not by any choice of my own, but...
Naturally. We sort of got to that conclusion. I think the poor fellow you wore as a skin-tight clothing outerwear might have had something, may have been involved in that, I think.
Yes. Giant jacket. Yes. He was a pawn, a useful one. But a moment. And he clicks his fingers, and Lyra and Lerassus immediately teleport back to the deck. Lyra, when Lerassus teleported you, she teleported you to a cloud giant castle up above, looking down on the ship below, hidden in the cloud cover. She pulls you aside and goes, okay, I need you to understand. I've spoken to this person before. They have been talking to me for some time. I was working on something with them. They were telling me awful things that were happening in their world, and I was trying to help.
Can I quickly interrupt her and say exactly what is it that you gave them or helped them with? Very quickly. We probably don't have a lot of time.
Magic, giant runes.
Exactly.
I showed him how a lot of our magic works, how our runes work. He said that he could help, that he had interacted with others who were trapped in the same cycle we are underneath the storm giants, and I just wanted the way out for us.
Okay,
This council is not the way.
Did he
We are
tell you
still.
about any of his plans?
I before this, and that's the point where you teleport back onto the deck of the ship.
Oh no.
You watch as he smiles at Lerassus, holds out a hand to her. My lady. She pulls her hand away. She pulls her hand away, not wanting to, looking at him. He goes, your sister hasn't died yet. You're not desperate enough. Good. And nods at her. You watch as Lerassus turns towards you in horror, Lyra, but he doesn't seem to take any other aggressive actions towards you. He looks at you. Welcome back. Sorry for the delay. I completely slipped my mind. You two little eels had wriggled off elsewhere. Now, you wanted to see how this all plays out, correct? Your friend, Rabbit, is desperately trying to wrestle back control. I'm more than tempted to rewind back, let you play through this little dream again, the shadows on the wall of the cave. Would you like that? See what really happened. What's in it for me? What's always in it for me?
Bart, is going to try one final, I guess, gambit. Is going to head over to Harry and not quite touching, but just laying his hands above and below. Trust me, and try to put protection from good and evil
Ooh.
on Figment and his stone, not on Harry.
Absolutely. Could you roll me a spellcasting check, Bart? So as if you're doing a spell attack.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. If this is a natural 20, baby, we're going to have some fun. Or a natural 1. We're also going to have fun with that too.
Just what is this? Not natural 20, but high at 23.
23 is not bad at all.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good. It's pretty good. We had a question from chat. Is Grimm's giant echo still there? Yes. And here's the fascinating thing. Vice Mephistopheles is still acting as if Grimm is not some awful void-shaped gap in the air. So whatever he's seeing is the same as what all the other simulated giants are seeing, what all the other simulated creatures are seeing. He is not seeing what you see when you look at Grimm.
Can I, when we sort of clicked into that, just before we sort of, fucks shit up again, can I just sort of like casually look over at Grimm and just be like, this is just out of morbid curiosity, but what does he look like to you?
Yes, well, he looks like a rather large tiefling, bluey purple skin.
Oh, no, I was talking to the, to Mephistopheles, gesturing towards, Grimm.
Sorry.
Like,
to be fair, Brandon would answer that question and give that answer. you watch as Vice looks over and cocks an eyebrow. Looks a lot like a giant to me.
Interesting. He looks different to the rest of us.
Does he now?
Oh.
But you all don't.
And this explains your 23. He is fully distracted in this moment, turning away from you, Bart and Harry, fully confident in his ability to control this as he turns towards Lyra, Niles, Cassius, and Grimm. You watch as he stalks over towards you.
Really? So you perceive him different to the others? Fascinating. I wonder... You can taste it on the air, can't you? The death. The decay.
Oh, shit.
Hunger.
Oh. How precious. You know, they call me cruel sometimes. But what has been done to you? A masterpiece.
It's at that moment Bart unleashes Protect from Evil and Good on Harry's Heartstone.
We need you, Figment.
As you unleash the magic, Harry, your hand begins to tingle, almost like static electricity, as pins and needles begin to run up your arm. Your Heartstone blinks a few times, and then you watch as a wisp of blue smoke dissipates from the top of it. As soon as it does so, you watch as Mephistopheles evaporates. This Vice version of him just evaporates into nothing, turns into smoke. That last smile on his face as he looks towards Grimm, the last thing you kind of see as he literally is just blown away. As soon as that happens, you watch as the ice around the ship immediately begins to glitch, everything rewinding back to the moment before the young ship hand's neck snapped. As you have the ship hand there on the deck of the ship, everything rewinding, time freezes around you. And you watch as Harry's Heartstone begins to blink, and then like smoke emanating from it, the dark form of Figment's rabbit form, this kind of, I mean, it was in the artwork, this sort of like partially translucent, smoky form with the mask immediately begins to rise up. And as soon as he does so, you watch as Figment turns towards all of you. Oh, please work, you little bitch. All right.
I've been working really hard, Figment.
Harry,
Oh, not yet.
Damn it! Harry.
No, it's kind of like an echoey cave.
Oh man, come on. Be good. All right.
Yeah,
Is that-
cave effect does
Harry,
work pretty well.
is that better?
Still in a cave. I'm happy to be in a cave.
We could be in a
Harry.
cave. We're in an echo.
It's working now.
Yay.
Yay. Harry, I'm sorry. I tried to stop him. He came out of nowhere.
Do we have to worry about him coming back?
Yes. He is connected to the Heartstones. Deeply connected to them.
Was
I'm
he
sorry I didn't
always?
notice it sooner. Yes, I believe so, for some time at least. I am sorry I did not notice his presence earlier.
Can we get rid of it? What can we do?
We need to end the dream if we can.
It is more than that.
He's been connected to us from the beginning, right?
Yes, the whole time. I can see where he has manipulated things, he has changed things, changed parts of my memory. I didn't notice before. I'm only noticing now because I have changed so much, Harry.
Take a log of all the things he's changed while you're doing it.
I'm going to mention
and let's go through it in a bit because we need to know what he's been trying to change.
Harry,
I'm gonna
I'm
bring up
worried
some-
he could change the log. Anything I write, anything I record. I think he can see it, Harry.
Is he in all our Heartstones or just ours?
He is in all of your Heartstones, or has connected to all of them. Harry, I don't think it was coincidence each of you found these.
We did receive the Heartstones from Vice's cellar back near the Spire.
We thought we stole them.
Well, it wasn't so much that we stole them, it was more that they were put on us.
a Figment. Is he connected to Cassius?
Yes, he is connected to all of the stones. He knew how this would play out.
It might not be our stones. A quick thought, but it could be, I guess, worse. It might just be any stone. Obsidian Foot, the corrupted hammer, the thing that he wants so badly. If all the stones from what the giants have told us are connected, then by corrupting one of them, he would then have a connection to all the others.
Either that or he's modified us doing his left and around.
It does make sense with the way that we know how the stones work. They're all connected. That's how the giants work. That's the giant technology. It's how we've always used it.
Well, Figment, I know that you're processing, and we've already seen that you have troubles doing multiple workloads, but just for this stream, could you show us what happens to the ship?
Yes, absolutely. I should say, the more Harry and I connect, the more we grow together, the more I can do, the more real I become, I guess. I feel something when he locked me out. It was like a pain here.
And you watch as he points to his tiny rabbit chest.
Oh, baby.
Figment felt fear for the first time.
Oh dear.
You must be very careful of this thing, this devil. It clearly had much to do with the giants before this. My concern is, have we missed other signs of its meddling in other dreams? If it could manipulate what we were seeing, change what I could show you, I'm concerned it could modify what we see, what we hear, what we experience in these dreams. I shall have to try and think of a way to protect this and preserve us from this.
Oh, I just had a thought.
I'm worried about him getting out and connecting to the Mephistopheles outside. Or even worse, possessing one of us when we go back to the real world.
I think they're one and the same, Harry. I don't think there is any difference between. I think it's all Mephistopheles, or all Vice, whatever he goes by. It's all the same thing. It doesn't matter where he is or what he's doing. It's always him.
And that would explain why perhaps, I'm realizing this now, we weren't able to understand what happened to Anam. It was referred to as an entity, 417, but maybe that was Vice holding that information from us. I always assumed it was maybe the program or the simulation, but what if it was Vice holding that from us?
I will need to cross-reference everything we've seen, everything we know. I will need to try my best to figure out what differences there are between what we've seen and what might be true. I know your thoughts on this, all of you. But if you grant me access to your Heartstones, not in the same way I have access to Harry's, just to look through records, look through logs, look through the memories stored within, it might make my job easier.
And cross-reference them.
I understand. I would not ask this unless it was of the utmost importance. You do not have to think. You do not have to make a decision now. Please take time to think on this. My time with Harry is
Let's worry about the spec when we're in the real world.
Can I give you one, I guess, possibility to consider, though, when you ask us that question? If he has a connection to all of these and he can edit them and change them, does he have that same control over you? And is this you asking us this, or is this him asking us this?
Well, you just gave him protection of good against good versus an evil, right? So,
Is my magic as powerful? You're right.
If you had asked me this 2 weeks ago, I would have answered that I am objective, that I am unable to be corrupted. I would not give you that answer now. I am afraid. I think I am me, but I would think that, wouldn't I?
This want of yours to connect with us could be something he put in. I want to trust you, and I agree with Harry. We should talk about it after, but thank you for helping us, at least, and wanting to help us.
We are friends. All of you. To Harry,
Yeah.
and any friend of Harry's is a friend of mine.
I'm going to look at the random frost giant that's with us and see what he's dealing with, because he'd be also watching this all unfold.
As he watches this unfold, Figment is talking out loud. You can see him looking in confusion at Figment. As this happening, he leans into Cassius. He goes, What is that thing coming out of your friend's hand? What is that? Cassius is like, no, I don't really know. First time I'm seeing it too. It's the frost giant kind of
we think you might be an M, but who knows?
Spindale.
Niles will head over and try and give him a bit of a TLDR.
Yeah. Do at any point do you say that he's a fragment of a Nam? That is your suspicion. Do you share that?
No, I do not.
Lyra, insight on Figment 11.
Yeah, just to sort of see what his vibe is like. Does he believe that he's telling truth? Does he feel like there's anything missing that he's sort of intentionally leaving out?
Lyra, Figment is afraid of this devil more than anything you have seen him interact with before, even more than when he connected with Grimm's Heartstone for the first time. And it's not just because of what he's seen now. Figment is doubting himself. What he's doubting objective reality at this point. The objective from objective reality has just been removed for Figment. He doesn't know what's real anymore. He's adrift, a bit lost, and like a drowning man, he's trying to latch on to anything that he can do to try and fix this. Figment is a doer in these moments. He is just trying to find a solution. Figment is becoming more and more, I don't want to say human, but more and more alive, more and more conscious the longer he stays connected to Harry. You think, if anything, that probably would be a protective element, potentially.
Question, DM.
Hello.
Do viruses act like diseases?
Do viruses act like diseases? You mean like a computer virus?
Yeah.
So, I mean, in this instance, is your assumption that there's like a magical virus that has like infected your heartstones? Is that where we're...
Figment, if I were to detect poison and disease...
If Figment was some sort of like malicious virus, would that work?
Or if something was maliciously infecting Figment.
Oh. Roll me a D100.
I can answer that second question already.
Yeah, that's a good call. That's a good call.
Roll me a D100. It's all down to how the magic would interpret your intention in this, and I think that's pretty clear.
What's a
52. Almost middle of the road. But you cast detect poison and disease. Is it one target or everyone around you?
Concentration, everything within 30 feet.
Sick.
Oh, cool.
Fantastic. Harry is not afflicted by any poison or disease. Neither is Figment. You think physical ailment or otherwise? I'm going to include like ailments of the mind under diseases here. We're going to go a little bit more interpretive. However, one of the party is afflicted by a disease. And that's Grim. His body is currently being consumed by something. Not entirely physical, not entirely magical. A mixture of the two that is eating at his body and his soul simultaneously.
Hardar herpes.
Yeah.
Herpes.
Gunga got the higher herpes.
Okay.
He just coughed weakly.
The H in HIV stands for Hadar virus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
do you want to make me a medicine check to see if you recognize what this disease is? It's actually conceivable. You might, at least an element of it. Just out of interest.
Hey, a 15.
15. Okay. The physical aspect of this is not dissimilar in symptom to a necrotizing fasciitis, a bacteria that consumes flesh, prevents healing and causes the flesh to rot. That is the physical aspect. The magical component of this, you have no fucking clue what's going on there. And it seems to be the same illness, the same disease, the same affliction.
Side note, just for Matt's benefit.
Yeah.
Is this the same ailment that was affecting the necromancer? The necromancer in the Curse of Strahd campaign?
Maybe.
Okay. Say no more.
Even though that doesn't help with Figment in Bart's mind, that is still helpful because maybe we can partially, if not fully, but partially help Grim with the visit to Riz. If this is a flesh involved thing.
Flesh and spirit. It's both.
That's spirit as well.
No, that's what I'm saying. I won't be able to fully cure him, but maybe maybe Riz can hold it off. So rather than a couple days, I don't know. It's a flesh rotting disease, at least from what I've just learned.
Yeah,
and if we know anyone that knows flesh,
the outward. Yeah, I get that.
Are you ready for me to restart the dream?
Yes.
I think so.
Did you want me to start it from here or go from an earlier point? You have made changes. This is not exactly how events unfolded.
At a quickened pace, maybe just show us the whole dream. It would be nice to know if he has meddled with anything.
Maybe we can watch on as a...
How long's your protection from good and evil last?
It's an hour, isn't it?
It is 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay. Cool. I was working on the assumption of an hour. That I will readjust.
Yeah, we shouldn't spend too long here.
Maybe we should just observe as
Perhaps if he gets us out. Maybe he gets us out of the dream first, and if he can show us the playback an alternative way without us actually being in it.
Like minor illusion or something?
Yeah, I'm kind of afraid of being stuck here under the
Okay, well,
thumb of
I feel like at
Estes.
least it's important then that we just see the final moments.
Done.
As Figment goes to disappear back into your heartstone, you watch as Svindal reaches out. No, wait a moment. What are you, entity? You are not
You are not the same as Giant Forged. You are not just the mind inside. You are something different. What are you?
You watch this Figment turns and looks up towards him.
I am Figment. I don't really know what I am.
And with that, vanishes into the Heartstone. You watch as Svindal sort of looks a bit confused back and forth, and then looks back towards you, Harry. A bit suspiciously eyeing you as if not really sure what he saw. Yeah, he seems a bit suspicious. At that moment, the dream restarts from pretty much where you were. This time it continues on without your input. The conversation's happening regardless. The young giant is, in this version, is not trapped by Lyra, not forced to go through the truth. He manages to continue slowing down the ship. The sails never lose power. The ship merely begins to slow over time. You watch as the sails begin to flicker, the front ones, the runes beginning to fade. High above, now that you know what to look for after Lyra was teleported there, you see the giant sky castle, the cloud castle, hovering overhead, shrouded in the fog. And then, as the storm begins to roll in, the sails all fail at once. The magic surging back. As it does so, you watch as the Vala tries to contain it and is burned alive by the raw magic that explodes outwards from the sails. With her dead, the ship has no chance of being righted. Ulfric grabs the ambassadors, throws them into the only lifeboat that is on the ship, demanding that they live and share what they have seen. In this version, Lyrasis never needs to activate her coin. Instead, you watch as the ship begins to sink. Ulfric at the helm, desperately trying to keep it under control, as forms begin to emerge from the water. Slimy, many, many tentacles rising up. And as Ulfric is illuminated by a flash of lightning, you watch as he fights these creatures with his crew. As the ship vanishes below the waves, tentacles begin to rise up around the lifeboat. But then suddenly, light burning down from above as the cloud castle descends, scooping up all of the people in the boat. A moment later, Jarl Ulfric clawing onto the side of the lifeboat and being brought on board the sky ship as well, the cloud giant castle as well. He survives this. This is you've seen him later on at a later point. This is earlier when they're trying to form the pact. As the ship goes down, the last thing you see being dragged behind the boat, it's not just a ocean anchor, chunks of rotten meat used to attract the creatures from the depths.
Ah.
And that is what you see. As the dream ends, you watch as Svindale looks on in horror, watching this all occur, seeing Ulfric manage to claw himself free. As the dream sort of comes to an end and you find yourselves awakening inside the igloo that has been built and beautifully illustrated on our map here. A few moments later, you hear the shaking of the earth as Svindal approaches the edge of the igloo, kneeling down so that he is eye level with all of you. Well, not eye level, but as close to as he can get without lying down.
I acted in haste and in ignorance when I attacked you and your kin. I am sorry, small folk. I see that you are more than I first saw.
We did not mean to offend you. We were hoping... One of our companions is a giant child. He speaks often of the honor of frost giants, and so I was hoping by mentioning the ordning that I would be able to call upon that honor. I did not mean it to belittle you.
No, it is... You do not know what has happened with the frost giants these many years since we lost our Jarl. It is disturbing to see that Bloodrun had so much power even back then. His son is still alive today, and he has poisoned many of the hearts and minds of my clan. And I am ashamed to say mine as well. We have all been led to believe that the signing of the owl thing was a grave mistake for our people, that it led to our expulsion from Ostea, that it led to us being trapped in the astral sea, that none of that would have happened if we had stuck to the old ways. Many of my people believe this. Too many.
That thing that you saw, as we've been traveling here, we've already felt a similar touch to it and its home from this storm that seems to surround us. Is Bloodrin causing the storm right now? Did he start it?
He claims he did not, but his actions, looking at them now, he claims to be taking us to the old ways, and yet I myself saw him meet with 2 fire giants in an attempt to get a ring restarted, one of the portal rings. This one was designed for passage through the realms. It has opened, and has been open now for 4 days. Fully open. Cold wind breaks through. Bloodrin has claimed it is to make this world fit for only the frost giants, that it will be our world alone. I am now concerned as to where the cold is coming from. Before, we asked no questions. After seeing that thing, the daemon, now I wonder how long this creature has been whispering in his ear of his father before him.
It seems plausible that this daemon, as you say, has been in the ear of this Bloodrin for centuries. If he was talking to them back before the fall of their ship, then who knows how long it's been corrupting.
I can tell you how long. The events that we witnessed, the sinking of the ship, Bloodrin launched the coup. The Frost Giants returns with the ambassadors. He somehow knew that Jarl Ulfric was weaker with the ship having been sunk and many of his Vikinger having been lost, his Drengir. Jarl Ulfric beheaded him 3 days after the events you witnessed. His son took over as leader of the clan and immediately pledged to Jarl Ulfric. I am now thinking he has had this devil in his ear since then. At least since then. That is greatly disturbing.
The nature of deals with devils that we have learnt in our experience with them, as unpleasant as they are, is such a deal could have been made to a bloodline, not necessarily to an individual person. If such power was promised, then it is not impossible to the suggestion that yes, this deal of power may have succeeded to the son in one way or another.
I do not know how we are going to untangle this nest. There is no way we will be able to convince everyone, not even most of them who are now loyal to Bloodrin. It is going to be very, very difficult.
But you have seen what we have seen. You understand our predicament.
My father was Drengir to Jarl Ulfric. I was as open as any could be to this, and I was already confused as to why Bloodrin was meeting with fire giants. I would have been one of the easiest to convince.
Do all the other Frost Giants have the Heartstones as well?
All of us carry the stones. We were convinced very long time ago.
Would it be possible to sort of show the share the information, what you've sort of seen with the fire giants and the meeting?
I'm sorry.
Via the stones somehow.
After what we have witnessed, after what I have heard that devil say, I will never connect my stone to another giant as long as I live. If there is any chance of spreading his influence and corruption, I will not take it. There is honor in denying myself this, and denying him. That is the honorable thing to do. We cannot connect with any other giant or any of their tech.
I wish that was true of my own people. What you just said then? Anyway,
I
have much more
was
privilege to
half
deal with.
tempted in a moment there to end all of our lives. It was the only way of being sure that he could not influence events further, but I concluded that was the lesser.
You're also assuming that he hasn't already. I mean,
Yes,
that
and that is what
period of
stayed my
time that
hand.
we witnessed. Have you, or those that of the Blood Red clan, have they sort of connected and shared information via the Heartstones with anyone since,
Many, many
Sinking of the ship.
times. But I should say your heartstones are different to ours. We do not see the events of the past in them like you do. It is more like, how to describe, not even like seeing it like a movie. It is more the knowledge of it. It comes into your head. It is not the same. What you do, what your stones show you is very different. Very different.
That does track with what Sinmare mentioned. She said that the
You
stones
have met
were different.
with Sinmare.
Well, yes, yeah. We're sort of working on her request in a way, I suppose, but more or less, yes.
And she knows your heartstones function differently. What did she have to say of this as one of the main people who created this, who made this possible?
Well, I mean, as you can imagine, she has her hands quite busy with many things, trying to hold together what's left of the giant clans and the giant people, dealing with the small folk and the incursions that this is called. I mean, the ice storm that we are in right now is one of the reasons we came to investigate. It was affecting some of the villages in the north. Many of the people there have been affected.
I
And
mean,
if left unchecked, it will consume much more.
It's killing everything here.
Yes, killing everything not adapted for the ice and snow. I mean no disrespect to Sinmari with this, but she is not a leader. She is a tinkerer, an inventor, a researcher. Her father did not train her to be a leader, I think he thought he had more time. King Myon was many things. Kind man, a good father above all, but he did not prepare his daughter for his death. Not appropriately.
I think if Sinmari was here, she would agree with that assessment.
I know she would. It's why I mean no disrespect on it. It is not a comment on her. It is a failing of her father, King Myon. He should have done more to prepare her.
I think you should, but gets a little frustrated at this of his own family position. I think it's also a problem that no one gave her a chance.
No. You are right. There are things you do not know about what has happened to the giants since we were banished from this land. I am sure that you have been told bits and pieces. But our time in the Astral Sea was chaotic. We lost a lot of people there. Or the people who have come back, it is those who did what they had to do to survive. They were kept in check by King Myon, but they were scheming, many of them. Ready for his downfall, his demise, the Cloud Giants particularly. After what I have seen in that dream, I wonder how deep their corruption goes, how long they have been playing against this. I thought they agreed too readily to the other thing. My father did as well.
I don't know when we should talk about it, Lyra, but obviously your connections with your stone, it does trouble me that the main clan that Vice is connected to is the Cloud, because from what we have released, not even through the dreams, but we learned this in present day when we were back near the ring. We learned that Cloud Giants specialize in teleportation magic.
The technology magic. That, or is he's had a connection to someone in each of the clans, but no, I do agree with you that it's most likely the Cloud Giant connection.
This does raise an interesting question, Bart. If our icy devil friend is playing both sides, I mean, he might have a connection with the Cloud Giants, and he also has a connection with Nyx. That's an interesting idea. Why would he play them against each other like that? Mutual destruction?
He wants the technology. I mean, use the Aarakocras to create a big distraction, get all the allium in one place. Oh, look, it's a sudden easy source of anamium, to use for the technology that he's conveniently taught.
I feel that there'd be easier ways to do it than to pit two oppositions against each other.
They are fairly powerful, though. They've conquered universes. Maybe he's worried about them. In either case, we've got a lot to consider. I also think that we should all ponder about what he is trying to teleport. It might not just be him to the material plane. That seems very Tiamat, something that I don't think Mephistopheles is much of a copycat. He feels very original. What is he
told us?
Where?
For the Blood Wars. Either he is going to be trying to get the demons out of the land so that he, has full control of them, or he's going to try and pull an army in, I suppose. I mean...
What if... He didn't seem to know about Grimm, but he would know... Every
a major failing on his part, an oversight.
Every entity that we've encountered seems to know what Hadar is, a thing that consumes all. What if he summoned Hadar in the abyss, got rid of the Blood War's eternal enemy, and suddenly they do have free time then? They're not restrained by this conflict. That's my first thought. That's something I think we should all ponder. What's being teleported? Come up with ideas and reconvene.
DM, just a quick question. So the Blood Wars are still active in the current
timeline. Yeah.
Right?
From what you guys know, yeah. So obviously people have still been able to temporarily summon demons and devils and things like that, even though the ways were closed to teleport to Nostea, even though the interplanar transport was pretty much shut down. Same as how druids could still summon like little fey creatures and things like that with spells and things like that. Temporarily, still not a problem. The Blood War is still actively going on. It is never ending. It has been going on for time immemorial and will continue to go on for time immemorial as well. It's the kind of conclusion of most scholars. It is a fact, the Blood War.
Well, we know that it's been ongoing for the entire duration of like past and now present. Like it's just been going on. So that hasn't changed at all.
And most people, like most scholars who've looked into it on Nostea, come to the conclusion that it is essential that it does. If any one side were to win, it would be disastrous for everyone else.
Yeah.
It is the demons consume voraciously, and I mean there's no there's no method. It's all chaos and consumption. The devils, it's ruling over ownership and possession of. It's equally bad options. And neither would be content to just win. It would be great, and then the rest of the universe. Yeah.
Just so we don't miss out on it on tonight, and even like in tonight, Bart would like to take like a step away so that the the frost giant with us doesn't hear this, and just keeping still some information even from like Cassius and Grimm still at least a little separated, and thinking back on the soul coin that had the symbol of Extris Galewind, is going to pull out the sending stone. Zoran, we need to talk in person soon. I'm just going to send that to him.
There is no reply. Actually, no, there would be a single word reply. Oh, 2 words. Where and when?
Okay. Obviously, I can't tell him until tomorrow, but I'm chill with that.
Thank you, Dave. It is 3 words. I said where and when rather than just where, when. I think I had 25 to play with. Thanks, Dave.
How many days has it been since we left the teleportation circle, sort of when we first got here.
4 days, I think. 5?
It's only been a short amount of time.
4 or 5 days. Because you were in Oxenfurt for a day or two. It's been a day or two journey. Yeah, about 4 or 5 days.
All right, I'm still keeping an eye on the time because I think I told Lyra, Mira 7,
Nope,
I
Mira.
think.
Oh yeah.
Because when I was like, oh, hey, if we don't respond to you sort of within X amount of time, a week. So yeah, so I think probably after 6 days, like one more night or something, I might send Mira's sending stone, just be like, hey,
We're
still
alive!
investigating.
Yeah, for sure.
But the people in the lodge might be running low on sort of supplies by about now.
I think Niles would actually say this as we were all discussing this. I'm just going to look at Lyra, who's probably thinking this over, and I'm just going to go, now that we know this about our friend, we should really talk to Mira about what she said to him.
I think you did before. And she just outlines that you were the Tempest Guild. It was vitally important that you are able to go about your business without any issues. Because like there was a bit of an ongoing discussion about the giant relic.
I think Niles is then going to be like, oh, but he probably wanted us to have them anyway. So it wasn't even, it was all a facade. And that way, Mira has told us exactly who we are and where we work.
Maybe.
I don't know.
It's interesting on why he'd want us to have it in the first place, but...
Well, I mean, if what happened is affecting his memory, he could have realized that maybe in the present day he set this up to all happen.
Maybe.
Not that I'm an expert on whatever is happening with these stones or anything, but it makes sense.
Did we introduce ourselves as the Tempest Guild to Vice? Or were we just
Originally,
mysterious
yes.
adventurers?
Yeah.
We had... I mean, assuming that Vice was...
I think he even gave him a business card.
We may have.
You probably did.
assuming that Vice is aware of sort of the Tempest Guild, who works for the Tempest Guild, like, you know, the story. There could even be something in the guild that he wants access to, like
Maybe.
Griswold, Lockie, like...
Maybe.
It's a good something there.
The spell used for Tiamat's resummoning.
Yeah.
Or he wouldn't want that.
Yeah, repurpose it for his own. Who knows?
Look, I'm from your insight check before. I'm happy to share. Mephistopheles' grand plan is not entry to Nostea. He doesn't seem interested at all. Doesn't need it. Doesn't want it. Unlike everyone else.
The sending stone given to Soren, it's the
the
it's
special
drow
one, the
area,
drow
isn't
one.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, in that case, guessing that hopefully, being optimistic, we're going to solve what's here with the frost giants in a couple days and be back home. Bart's going to say in 5 days' time in Oxenfurt.
I'll meet you there.
Okay. And head back over and probably telepathic connect that and tell that to the rest of the party that knows of Soren and our connections. Doesn't want to keep it a secret, but just didn't want some of the other people to... is really unsure who to trust and who not to trust right now.
Yeah. In any case, I think we should probably discuss next steps. We do have a ring to shut down at the very least. What was it? Svindel.
Yes.
Do you know where this ring is? This that's causing
Yes.
storm.
It is across the waves, not a long journey. I was tasked with hunting the edge of our territory, bring back some items and materials for the clan, things that we needed. I was marking these carcasses of whales to come back with a larger group to transport them north. We could use this as the cover to get you in. If you were to hide inside one of these whales, it is a grim sight, I know, but I could use it to smuggle you into the Frost Giant Longhouse, where the circle is being maintained. Bodgen's
so it is in the longhouse.
I was marking these to return them back. I'm expected to come back later this evening with news of what I have found, or on the morrow as well. It is not locked in for today.
I mean, I suppose the question is, do we want to enter the longhouse undetected, or do we want to try the diplomatic approach? I'm not sure that... Oh, Lyra, yes?
I was just going to say, I'm just going to sort of start a telepathic link again because I don't want to panic Svindal, but
Oh, never mind then.
weren't the giant direwolves planning some shenanigans? I can't quite remember exactly what we were going to do.
I wasn't there for that session.
Fenris and her pack.
Yeah, I can't remember if we were like just going to lead her to where the longhouse was, or if like we had to like take down the frost.
So I will remind you, she said, because for your character like a day ago, even less than, she said that when you start fighting the giants, when that happens, I will do what I can to help.
Oh, okay. But was Fenris she was more upset about was she upset about the frost giants?
There in general.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
This is her land.
Look, Svindal didn't look like he was the most onto it in the dream. He's honest and nice, but maybe not the keenest.
Yeah.
While we were traveling here as well, are we going to be safe while you take us in the carcass? We saw some fairly giant wolves. Do the giants have dominance in this land?
Bloodrun would say that we have dominance in all lands, but I was a hunter, like my father before him. The wolves that stalk these lands are no prey, I would say. It is a mark of a great warrior who can hunt one. I would be cautious about tangling with the wolves, at least for the time being. Have you encountered them before? Have you faced off against them?
One of our companions here is afflicted, and in some of the texts and just mytho, there was talks of powerful ancient creatures here. We're just worried if the giants are going to be the least of our concerns.
I cannot say, as I do not know. I would beware of any of the wolves. They can be vicious, but sometimes they can be... there are tales from our past, songs passed down, that says that if you offer them a worthy sacrifice, you may pass through their lands without assault, without cause or problems. We have not been doing that.
Do the frost giants intend to stay here and use this as their rebuilding of home?
Lodrin has said that all of the lands here are ours. The plan is to launch a large longship, as large as the icebreaker, filled with warriors and builders to come and claim this land. Once the snow has frozen out the small folk. That is his plan.
What do you want, Svindal?
I want things to go back to how they were. Back when we were underneath Jarl Ulfric, when our leader was a man of vision, a man of strength, but also a man of peace. Those were golden days for our clan. I see that now.
Bludgeon sounds like a pretty good big bargaining chip to strike up the starting piece with the wolves.
I'm not sure if the wolves can be reasoned with in that way. If you throw them one frost giant, I'm not sure if they are able to understand that they are not to eat all of them.
Svindal says, a bit concerned about that statement. And also not knowing about Fenris very well.
Yeah, but I won't say anything. Obviously, we've already seen them hold restraint with the blue salamanders, the frost salamanders.
Yeah. Fenris is very intelligent. She can be absolutely reasoned with.
Yeah, okay. If we attempt to close the portal, obviously you can sneak us in, but...
I can get you to the longhouse. I can get us inside, but you will need to be prepared for a fight, small folk. And I hope you can fight well. There will be warriors there, frost giant warriors. We can reason with some, we cannot reason with all. We will be fighting my own people for this.
Is there an ongoing struggle with your own people?
Not
Bart's
anymore.
remembering back to when you say that, do you mean back with Ulfric, or do you mean recently? Because Bart's remembering back to when Meloran said there's an ongoing conflict between them. Like they're stuck, they're frozen in a struggle or something like that?
Not an internal struggle.
Okay.
The problem she was speaking kind of metaphorically. It's
Yeah.
I'm happy to. Well, Svindal will just correct you. No, it is. Bloodrun has ruled over our people since we were banished to the Astral Sea. In all honesty, that is when. Before that, sometime Ulfric passed. We know not when, we know not where, we know not how, and all efforts meant to try and find him and his Heartstone have met with failure.
Has this Bloodrun always acted this way?
No, this is the thing. We did not pay much attention to him. I do not know much of his past before he took over from his father. I can tell you that his father was a cruel man. Ulfric beheaded him. But Bloodrun seemed to bend the knee. The younger.
Does Ulfric have an heir, or is there another noble who should be in charge if it weren't for Bloodrun's muscling?
The clan position is not inherited among the Frost Giants. If your father ruled, that does not make you the ruler automatically. Of the clans, of your clan even. It is one that is won by strength. Ulfric has no heirs that I am aware of. He always said that there would be time for that later.
Which is very different to home, but...
Do you, if it were not for Bloodrun, is there someone that you would serve that we can try to reach out to when we enter the halls?
Someone who we could get on our side who would be influential is what you're asking for, yes.
Someone to replace Bloodrun. A worthy leader.
A worthy leader. It is harder and harder to find these days. The giant clans are still somewhat fractured underneath Bloodrun. The best I can think of, perhaps Freyal we could talk to. She could be amenable. She was close with Ulfric. He was like a father to her, the closest thing to.
Does Freyal reside in the Longhouse, or does she have her own premises?
She would be there at the moment. Most of the clans have gathered there. She would be there as well. The problem is that you will struggle to convince her of this.
It would be hard to do in the spur of the moment. I imagine emerging from a whale and convincing a frost giantess that
it will need to be. Will need to come from a frost giant. She does not trust the small folk. She believes that the small folk are responsible for the frost giants being banished, for all of us being banished. She thinks it is the work of the small folk. That they killed Ulfric, sent us all away to take our world and take our lands. But
do you know why she hasn't tried to lead herself?
I think she would have tried, but Bloodrun was quite clever, offered her a position that honor demanded she accept, one that made her ineligible for rule underneath him. He appointed her as the translation does not work very well. Front captain is the best I can think of in your tongue, in the common. It is like a warrior who charges first into battle, but on leadership. It is mark of great honor. Ulfric had it before he took over, leader of the clans. And the leader before died.
Okay. Bart's gonna head over to Harry. How's Figment holding up? I think my magic's all worn off by now.
I haven't really checked in with him. How are you feeling, Fig?
I'm fine, Harry, but thank you for asking. I feel the same. I noticed no difference when the magic wore off. I do not know if that is a good or a bad sign.
Well, maybe next time before we rest, Bart, if you cast it on us again and let Figment go through his records and see if he can identify what's been changed.
Well, I think we might. I don't know about all of you, but at least while we're in the carcass, it might not be the most amenable place. But I am running on empty. I wouldn't mind doing some testing right now. Figment, I might try to recast it now that we're in the. I'm going to shake my head as I say the waking world, realizing that I'm thinking a bit more and more like a stone giant.
I love that.
And just see if you can feel a difference now. And I'll try the same thing. I know that we're probably not going to need spell slots very soon, so I'm just going to do another protection from good and evil on Figment.
As the magic activates, Harry, you feel it. You feel it activate. You feel the magic pulse through you. There's a sigh from Figment, and then aloud for both of you to hear.
I still feel the same. It is not as dramatic as when the devil had been blocking me. I could not tell you if there is any difference. I am sorry. I wish I could
It's
be more
alright,
helpful.
but go through the records and see if you can find any discrepancies that might have been changed that is misaligned of, or anything that you think that maybe he was trying to hide when we saw the replays, or anything he put in and wanted us to see specifically.
I've got enough spell slots to do this for 15 minutes. As we're, I guess, planning on doing or whatever we're doing, I'm just going to sit with Harry and just keep casting this time after time, overlapping the 10-minute concentrations, just so that Figment can try to get as much work done as possible, safely, unwatched.
Perfect. 100%. Yeah. While they're doing that, Niles and Lyra, what would the two of you be doing? Did you want to take a long rest? Wouldn't be the worst time for it.
Yeah. A long rest would probably be much.
We'd have the Igloo of Awesome here.
You do. Yeah. I've got to hang on. I've got to share the map.
Tiny hut.
I've got to share the map so people can see the. Hang on. Let me bring us across the map. So
I mean, the igloo may be awesome and safe, but that penguin is not. I don't know who drew that.
Or the snowman above it.
The demon penguin. The snowman looks excellent. His carrot is quite phallic, but otherwise he looks great.
It's very hard drawing with nothing but a trackpad.
Oh, mate. It's incredible. This is so cool. I'm gonna leave it up on the map for a little bit.
I'd probably if there's a bit of downtime between the conversation, I'd probably look at Svinval and be like, "Oh, and I'm sorry about your hounds."
You watch as he lets out a bit of a sigh, looking over at the devastation as he sees the dogs, and then you watch as he shrugs. They had been changed by the winds coming from the portal. There are a number of creatures that have been changed by them. Eladrin said that it was to make them stronger, but they had become more vicious. They were... I did not admit this to myself at the time, but I think my hounds, the ones I had trained from pups, were already dead. These things that took them. I think they were like your devil in the dream. On the ship, they wore their flesh. I do not think they were my dogs anymore. And for that, I shall make Bloodrun pay twice over.
You're not wrong, and you won't be along with that.
Start with the long rest. At a time when Svindal is very distracted, not looking my way in the slightest.
Yeah.
I have previously put the good spores on the one that was closest.
Bring back. Oh right, yeah. You did.
Before I went into the dream, I think it was this one just here.
Yeah, the one closest. Yep.
I'm thinking I might put him in the bag for safekeeping.
Put the hound in the bag.
Or, well, I mean, it's
pretty big.
You said it was like 24 hours to. Oh, yeah, it probably wouldn't fit there.
To sprout.
Yeah.
You could just tell him what you've done. See how he goes.
Yeah, I might have to do that before, the hound wakes up. Yeah.
Crack.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna
Well done is back.
spin.
My boy, well done. You are alive again. Oh, why are you covered in mushrooms? This is not good.
Yeah.
Frost mushrooms. Yeah, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna have a very awkward conversation. Like,
Would frost
"Hey,
mushrooms just be
so-"
truffles? Would he like sprout like winter truffles all over his body as frost mushrooms? That'd be kind of cool.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Reckon so. Like,
Bulbous. Yeah. Well, look, I think that's a great
think it
conversation.
was,
So you like wander over to Svindal. He's kind of sitting down on the ice next to the igloo of Awesome, very much not able to fit in through the open doorway. As you approach, you watch as he looks down, nods to you.
So, this is before we became friends and had the whole dream experience, but some of the reanimation mycelium may have gotten on one of your deceased dogs.
I know some of the words you spoke. What is reanimation mycelium? What is this?
So he might wake up again, but look a little bit like a zombie, but he won't be a zombie. It's gonna be mushrooms.
Yes, he will be.
So what you are saying is that you have replaced the devil that was wearing my dog with a mushroom that will be wearing the devil that was wearing my dog.
Lyra's not laughing at this.
That's kind of Lyra's whole thing. That's what she does.
Bard
Has
nearly
this-
loses concentration on protection from good and evil. He's like, what the fuck?
Has this already begun? I would obviously prefer if we did not do this, but it kind of sounds as if you have already committed to this course of action.
It kind of started before the dream happened. Well, I mean, you guys had all fallen asleep, but I had to quickly try and move everyone's bodies into a safe place, and then...
How obvious will the change be? Would it... Because if I come back with no dogs, it will be somewhat suspicious. If I come back with a dog that looks like a mushroom, there will be questions asked that I cannot answer. Not easily, at least.
It will look like he's taken some battle damage and, for some unexplainable reason, has had mushrooms stuck all over him.
That will be hard to explain. We can try and put it in the whale with you. Frankly, I would be concerned if we were not bringing some more firepower with us to fight. If you can bring back one of the
Yes.
dogs to help us, that is not the worst idea.
Yes, I can definitely bring the one back, and I'm just gonna have a look at my spell slot.
Grim
I
does
don't
not have
think
enlarge
mine
reduce. I was going to check. I can make it smaller. No, you can't.
I was even thinking my animate deads, limited to humanoids, isn't it? And Grim's is limited to small and medium beasts as well, his extra one.
His is a bit, correct.
Yeah. So we can only really bring back the one, eh?
These are monstrosities anyway.
What? They're not beasts!
They're not beasts.
No, because they were affected by the thing, so they're not. Yeah, makes sense.
Does that mean that we wasted the one use of the
No, the spores work on more than just beasts.
I've been under the wrong impression this whole time.
Sorry.
I could reduce them for 1d4 hours. I have a potion of diminution.
Works.
is-
Like,
I will figure something out. Maybe I can get it to lie down with the whale corpses so it is not so obvious. It will follow instructions.
yes, it should.
How
The first time,
closely?
using. Well, it's the first time using this ability. On the other ones that I've used a similar ability on, they listen to instructions quite well. But
Yeah, this is the first time that Lyra would be adding a first anything to her circle, wouldn't it?
Correct.
Oh yeah.
But yes, I would assume that it's going to listen. I hope. Soon find out.
Well, we can always leave it behind if it does not. Look, this has already been done. There is no sense trying to change the past. We must proceed with what we have done already. Continue, if that is what you are asking permission for. You have it.
Thank you. I appreciate your understanding, and I am, again, sorry that I didn't ask first. I didn't think that we were friends at the time, but,
You have shown honor by asking now. We are facing a fight. It will not be an easy one.
No.
Not a set of fangs and claws would not be astray.
Well, I mean, on that topic, it's those same wolves that you were mentioning earlier, the wild ones and the large ones. If they've been, Bloodrun has offended them in some way, they could take this, any start of fighting as a cue to join in and re-secure their territory, in as many words. It's just caution abounds, I suppose, is what I'm getting at.
The way you say that does not make me feel very good. Sounds like a problem we need to anticipate and make sure that we do not lose more of my people to senseless fighting. You said the wolves, there is a chance of wolves attacking when we launch this offensive.
If a fight breaks out, widespread fighting, then I believe it is quite possible that the wolves will join in.
Unless we make contact with the wolves first and try and reason with them.
You have a way of speaking with the wolves. I would ask them not to attack us. Unless there is a way we can differentiate friend from foe. Those who would help us and those who would hinder us. I have no problem the wolves attacking Bloodrun's men. I would be glad to see it.
Something with a strong smell that might persist and isn't ordinarily in contact with, frost giants.
I could mark those loyal with the whale tallow. It is a strong scent.
And it's otherwise not regularly contacted with the...
In its unrendered form, no.
The other idea would be just to target Bloodrun himself.
I don't think the wolves would be able to determine who is just Bloodrun, but I think the tallow is probably going to be the best idea. I think before we hide the carcasses, do we have a sample of sort of this unrendered tallow?
He points at the beach of beached whales and take your pick. If all the bodies freeze too much, they're harder to cut.
I think before we had before Lyra does the long rest, I think she might slice off a big bit of the whale tallow and then sort of go into the entryway of the woods and just sort of see if she can sort of get the attention of Fenris.
Yeah.
Okay. You could also talk to Messai if you wanted to. He could potentially help with that as well.
I think talking to Messai is going to be the second
Second
alternative
choice.
plan, just because
Fair enough.
He's still so really don't like this, and I'm I don't want to drag him into something that he's already not a fan of.
Yeah.
So
Do you know what we could mark them with instead?
sea cucumber pus.
Yeah.
The ones you want to kill, make some sea cucumber pus grenades and throw them.
I don't want to keep that. That's
valid.
as soon as you put the whale tallow, and I'm yes, no, switching tack. I'm keeping my gallons of the stuff.
What?
That's super valid. Well, look, I think that's a good place to wrap up for tonight as you come up with some plans. Have your long rest. We'll come back with the full party next Wednesday. We'll have everyone together. I reckon that's a really good idea. Awesome. Perfect. I think that's a great place to wrap up. Not so much of a cliffhanger, but I think that's a good... You've learned a lot, and there's a lot to reflect on. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us, everybody. That is all we have time for tonight. We will be back next Wednesday with more Return of the Giants, Monday with more Cosmere Echoes of Honor, and Tuesday with more Tales from the Yawning Portal. Stick around for those of you watching on Twitch. We're going to go and raid Crits Animus. They are doing their Chronicles and Chaos homebrew adventure. We'll go and raid them right now. For everyone watching on YouTube or listening to the podcast, thank you so much. Remember, you can help us out by hitting that subscribe, like, and comment button in any order, in any combination. Any of them help us out to appease the YouTube algorithm. So thank you very much. We will see you all again very soon. Until then, stay safe, stay well. See you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
See you guys.
Bye.